If you're doing the tutorials in Informatics C, the SQL tutorials, you need to do the tutorials in a place called RStudio. You'll also use that for the assignments. The first thing you want to do is you want to open up the tutorial, which is on the LMS homepage, and you want to open up the RStudio login. So I've got another video for that, so you middle click on that. But the other thing you want is you want this R Markdown base document. And so you right click on that and say save link as, and that gets saved to your computer. I'm putting it in on my desktop there. And the third thing you want to do is you want to open up this SQL Tutorials questions week 1 and 2. So that's the final thing that we do. So that's going to be on downloaded. Open that up, the tutorial. There it is. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But the first thing we want to do is we want to set up our RStudio so we can start answering these questions. So the idea here is that this column has the prescription, what the query is supposed to do. For example, this first query is to list all the patients in the SQL database. So this is the query for it. And then once you do that query, we want you to go over to this side and change that query so that it answers this question and not that question. So that's the idea. Now I've got a file, that's the one file we just downloaded, the skeleton that has all these questions in it. And so I'll show you that. That was back over in we downloaded that already with our save as. And now we're going to go to RStudio. So where is my RStudio? There's the RStudio. So RStudio is here. So here's the RStudio. We've logged in as per the previous thing, and now we want to upload that tutorial weeks 1 and 2 skeleton. So I've already uploaded it, but I'll show you how to do it. So we say upload, and we browse to the desktop, and the desktop has got that tutorial 1 underscore m.rmd. I think that's it. Yeah, great. And we upload that. It's going to overwrite it, but that's okay. We've got that already. So now we've got that file, that skeleton file there. And we click on it to open it up. So this is a RMD file, which is the way that you're going to access SQL. And it's got an RMD file as a combination of some RMD content. This bit is RMD content. This bit is R content that allows us to connect to the database, and this final bit is the actual queries to the database. So we want to run this to get connected to the database, and now we're connected to the database. We've got this con connection up here, and now we can run the SQL bits here. So we click on that, and that actually goes to the database and collects out some data. This is the data that it gets out. If you want to see, there's only actually 4 columns in the patient table. If you want, so now the next thing is to go and get that tutorial questions. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to put them both on the same screen. Great. So now we've got our tutorial questions. We've got our Word document here. Great. So instead of saying select star from patient here, now we want to show all the item categories. So where are the item categories? If we go down and look at the bottom of this document, it shows us the picture, and it just so happens that the item categories are in this MBS underscore cat table over here. That's got the category information in them. So we go up there, we go back to the first one, and we say how would we change select star from patient to select star from MBS underscore cat. So we change patient to MBS underscore cat, and we run that. And sure enough, that's one line for every category and category name. So we finished that first one. You might want to add that text to the top of that so you can see what your query actually is. Show all the item categories, and then we go on to the next one. Write an SQL query to list all the data in the MBS table. That's select star from MBS. If we want all the provider descriptions, which table has the provider descriptions, we again go down to the bottom and find the provider descriptions, and that would be this table, the provider table. So back up to the top, copy that bit. Instead of select star from MBS, we want select star from provider. And we run that. And Bob's your uncle, there's our providers. Oh, you look over here, you can see a bit more information about the providers.